One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. So we are here talking about the Electron Digitone. So these are just my first impressions. I recently got the Digitone. It's been less than a week. It's only been a few days. The Digitone is a 4-operator FM synth designed by Electron, put into the same form factor as the Digitac and the Analog Heat. And in short, it's fresh. It's really dope. Now, the thing I love about it is that there's nothing in my studio like this. I have a lot of analog synths and my Euro rack and all of that kind of stuff, but I don't have anything like this, a FM synth. And to be honest, I'm probably one of the few kind of synth heads that's not been a fan of the DX7. And that's really because of how I've always loved analog, and I kind of saw the digital age as the death of analog, right? And the DX7 was probably the biggest digital synth to ever hit the market, probably. At any rate, Electron restored my faith in FM synthesis. And quite honestly, there's been a couple other things that I've been looking at recently, but I love the way they implemented this. And in this little small form factor, and what people don't realize, it's 4-voice FM synth, but it's also 4 tracks. So you have a little 4-track sequencer in here. That's that classic Electron sequencer. Now, I'm not going to get into what FM synthesis is, but you can go to the Electron website on the Digitone page. So it's electron.se /products/Digitone, and then scroll down the page a little bit and you'll see an interview with John Chowning. He's the inventor of FM synthesis, or probably, as he likes to say, the discoverer. He discovered it, didn't invent it, but he invented it. So at any rate, yeah, go check that out for that information. But back to the synth itself. This is FM synth with 512 presets, I believe it's on there. It has 4 operators, 4 tracks. The Electron sequencer, and all that comes along with that, the dope filter that they have. Let's go to the filter. So the filter has 3 types. So there's low pass, high pass, and low pass 2 pole, high pass, and then the low pass 4 pole filter on there. It has these synth parameters. And before we go there, I'm just going to play a little something, because I don't think that a lot of people realize that it might sound this way. And so I'm going to play just a couple tracks that I've made and just kind of talk about what's what. So that's a little bit of one joint. Let's play a little bit of this. And this is also, so this is that track that I just played, that little bit of snippet of a track. That's all nothing but, at least the instruments are nothing but the Digitone. I did do a little bit of effect with the Chaos pad on the side, but that was just for performance needs. But at any rate, here's another one. These are all Digitone sounds. Yeah, so at any rate, here's what we have for drums. And I just used one track for the drums. So you can tell that the hi-hats are kind of sparse because, you know, you can only put one instrument per step. So it has, let's see, go to function page, and you can set the steps from anywhere from 16 to 64. And obviously you can kind of change the pattern, the length, the scale, and all those kinds of things. Exit out of there, it has swing. If you go into the tempo menu, so you can use E to kind of adjust that swing a little bit. You can use the data wheel to adjust the tempo. And I'm in mute mode already by going to function, bank. And so that takes me where these are the tracks here, and I can mute and unmute those. So one of the cool things I did here is I took this sound, that's the bass. Let's exit out of there. Let's get out of mute mode. I really modulated the crap out of that. What I did is I went to the LFO. There's two LFOs here, so I went to LFO and assigned it to synth parameters P2 and is it A4? Not sure, but a couple of the synth parameters. There's a lot of destinations here. And then I also assigned something else, the synth. Let's look at that. Ratio. So I assigned the synth ratio to the other LFO and got a lot of this kind of juiciness here. Because this otherwise just sounded like almost Rhodes EP pads, but with the modulation, you get all that sprinkly stuff on the top. Like so. Added this on top. Oh, go back to mute mode, unmute that. And what I did here, this sound was, let's get out of mute mode. That. This sound was just a typical pad sound, and I also went to the LFO and started modulating different parameters. So synth harmony and synth pitch, I modulated those so you kind of get this weird pitch drifting and harmonic chewiness. Yeah. Let's go back to mute mode, and what's this, the bass sound? Really rich bass sound. And I didn't really do anything much to that, but there's the track, that's pretty much what it is. And let's go back to mute mode and turn them all on. All right, so the interface is dope. It has the Digitone type of keys, and obviously it lights up in a keyboard fashion, so you can play just from here. You don't need anything else. So this is one of those pieces that can be a dope standalone 4-track piece. If you get really creative, you can do some real ill stuff. As you can tell, this track is only 4 tracks. You can bring stuff in and out with the mutes. And it really has everything you need. People complain sometimes about the Electron kind of way But I think this is one of the most accessible FM synths that you'll probably get out there because it's easy to program. So let's try that out. Let's try to program some stuff, and I'll just kind of go through, you know, how I get down. All right, pattern. Let's go to 5. There's nothing on there. First thing we'll do is turn on the metronome and tap tempo. Well, function 90. That's my soul tempo. Anytime I do tap tempo, it always comes out to 90, between 90 and 94. So anyway, we're at 90. We'll come out of that menu. And on track 1, that's just the default sound. So let's go to the synth menu and just change some things up. This is the harmony. You won't hear anything yet. Let's go to the ratio B. A little bit of detune. So ratios C, A, and B. And listen, I haven't read the manual. I'm just jumping in and seeing what's what. But so this is the main synth page. And you can start to mess with the algorithms, which should change the sound up if we've done enough to make it sound differently. Algorithm 4, algorithm 5, algorithm 6, algorithm 7, algorithm 8. Let's go to the, here's what I'm going to do. Let's go to the scale. It's at 16 steps right now. It's at 32 steps, 48 steps, 64 steps, 4 bars. That's what I want. Hit yes. Now I'm just gonna play some couple chords in here. Simplicity. So I want to add something to modulation to the LFO. Before I do that, let's go back there. Turn the LFO, turn the depth of the LFO up so we can hear what it's doing on the different destinations that I can change it to. So it's modulating the algorithm. It's modulating ratio C, ratio A, not much, ratio B, modulating the harmonics, detune, feedback, mix, then the envelope parameters. Let's go down to the filter. It's modulating pitch all. Those sounds can get pretty interesting easily. All right, so let's go back up to, I'm gonna leave it on pitch 2 and 4. Yes. Change the wave to sine wave so it morphs a little smoother. Slow it down and take the depth back a little bit. Negative. Some reverb on them. little delay. And by the way, it does have dope effects. So you have the chorus, delay, and reverb. If you go to the master, then you have overdrive. You also have chorus, delay, and reverb there. So it puts it all over the whole master. So, alright. Let's do something else. Let's go to second LFO. Put a little depth in there and see what else we can modulate here. So we'll put it on ratio C. Whoops. Ratio C. See how easy it is to, eventually make a sound of your own. Now let's go to another track. So on that track, that's track 1. Now each track 3, 2, and 4 all have the default sound. So let's say I want to add another sound to this. We'll go see if we can find a kick. So you go function and data knob. Then you can scroll through all the sounds. And this is the sound for track 2. You know, there's a kick around here somewhere. Hold on, I like that snare. Yes, to that snare, just loaded that snare. Now here's what we're gonna do. Let's put this in step mode. Turn this guy down a little bit. Now I'm going to find a kick. I'm gonna just load kicks on steps 1 and 9. Or load actions on steps 1 and 9, and then we're gonna use the parameter locks to turn steps 1 and 9 to a kick. So let's go through. Same here. All right. Now we're getting there. Alright, now let's load some hats. They're not going to sound like hats right away until you change that step. So it's a little programming, and you don't necessarily have to do it this way, but this is the way I'm doing to put all my drums on one track, so I can have the other tracks for other dope stuff. Start to hear that come together. Changing these to hi-hats, steps 3, 11, 7, and 15. Alright. So now we got a little something going on. go to track 3 and add a bass line. Hold on, bro. Let's stop right there. This is called thug kick. Okay. Thug kick 1 and 2. Alright, I just wanted to point that out. I just thought that thugs were hard and the kick would be a little tougher than that. For bass. I don't know what I'm going to put. Let's see. I don't like that. So here's how we erase. We put it back on step mode. Function clear. Clears the track. Then you can go back in. So now we got a little something in there. Let's go to the synth and mess with the algorithm, see what else it might sound like. So the algorithms are basically, it's all the operators and how they get arranged to make different sounds. Whether one's going through another, whether there's certain ones in parallel, and so there's 8 different arrangements on algorithms. It's the same sound, but then you get a different sound out of it. So that's algorithm 1, and this is still the bass sound. Algorithm 2, algorithm 3, algorithm 4, algorithm 5, 7, 8, let's go to 5. And these things can obviously be changed by changing the ratios. You can detune things a little bit. Add a little feedback. And you can go through harmonies. Alright, so not that much of an incredible track, but it does kind of show you what you can get out of this using just what it has. So a little bit about it. It has the headphones left and right out, input left and right, MIDI in, MIDI out, MIDI through. Those are also sync A and sync B. Then it has USB, DC in power, the power switch. And yeah, so those are my first impressions, and I just want to kind of jump on and kind of show you what I'm digging about the Digitone. There'll be more videos to come for the Digitone, and there'll be more to come for the Analog Rhythm MK2 as well, because I want to show you how to program some boom bap drums, and not necessarily program, but design some boom bap drums, because that's always fun. So yeah, this is like, you know, my first little pass with the Digitone. I've only had it a couple days. That gives you a little bit about what it's about, and I'll get more in depth a little later. So much that you could do, so easy to design sounds, and then it comes with some incredible sounds. All right, so I'm just going to turn on another beat, and ride it out. Oh, be sure to subscribe. Tell your friends. This is boom bap and hip hop perspective, urban music from a music tech type of side of things. So yeah, B-boy tech, beat people. Buy my kits, subscribe. Let's do more of this. All right, peace.